Welcome to the briefing, an analysis of current events from a Christian worldview. My name is Emlet Isma. Friends, I'm so glad to be back with you with this new episode. I have some good news for you, and this is going to be an interesting episode, I suppose. Richard Dawkins, the famous biologist, who is also an atheist, he just resigned from the Freedom from Religion Foundation. As you know already, this organization advocates for the separation of the state from the church. This is the kind of organization that asks, to remove prayer from public spaces, from police departments, from school, from city commissions, etc. So, the question I suppose you already ask is, how in the world Richard Dawkins, who is an atheist, just resigned from an atheist group? My friend, this is a legitimate question, and you are going to know exactly what happened. Before I tell you, remember we did an episode on Richard Dawkins last year when he declared that he is a cultural Christian, and we have reviewed with you what does that imply for someone to be a cultural Christian. But today, we are not going to talk about this right now. We are now talking about something else. The same Richard Dawkins that declared he is a cultural Christian, now he resigned from an atheist group. If you haven't listened to this episode, I invite you to go back to listen to it. It has some pretty interesting perspectives on that. When he said, I am a cultural Christian, so we analyzed with you, what does that imply for someone to be a cultural Christian? Right now, guys, let me invite you right now to join my newsletters for valuable lessons, for updates, and for special offers. And speaking of special offers, guys, I'm writing a book right now. I'm working on a book right now that's supposed to be published this year, somewhere this year. So now you don't want to miss that. What you want to do now is to join these newsletters to be regularly updated on what's going on, especially about the release of this book. I promise you, you're going to have something new in your inbox. And going back to Richard Dawkins, guys. Richard Dawkins resigned from the Freedom from Religion from the Freedom from Religion Foundation. What happened? Well, there's a prominent biologist named Jerry Cole. Jerry Cole was also a member of this group. Jerry Cole as a biologist, he disagrees with a trans activist named Cat Grant. Cat Grant wrote an article that says a woman is whoever she says she is. A woman is whoever she says she is. So there's no biological definition of woman for Cat Grant. And Jerry, as a biologist, but also as an atheist, he disagrees with that by saying no. A woman is not whoever she says she is. A woman is an adult female. I repeat. Cat Grant, as a trans activist, claims that a woman is whoever she says she is. So there's no biological definition of woman for Cat Grant. But another member of this same group, of the same atheist group, his name is Jerry, he counterargues, he disagrees with Cat Grant by saying no, a woman is an adult human female. Now, there's a tension here. You have a biologist, a famous biologist, and guess what? The foundation, the organization called Freedom from Religion, like I told you already, which is an atheist organization, they decide to remove the biologist article from the website and to keep the activist article in the website. So for this group, a woman is whoever she says she is. They embrace this definition. So, in face of all of that, Richard Dawkins, as being also a member of this group, he decided to resign from this group. He's no longer part of this atheist group called Freedom from Religion Foundation. It is not transphobic to accept the biological reality of binary sex and to reject concepts based on ideology. So basically, Richard Dawkins is saying the article of Jerry called is based on biology, which is true. A woman is an adult human female. What we can say on that? Well, I think the definition of Cat Grant, that a woman is whoever she says she is, this is an illusion. But again, there are more than 6,500 genetic differences between a woman and a man. So whenever someone tells you that a woman is whoever she says she is, my friend, this is an illusion. So what are you going to do with all these differences between these two individuals? The group called Freedom from Religion Foundation advocates for secularism. They advocate for the separation of the state from the church. But again, this is an illusion, because anytime you fail to acknowledge God, that will eventually lead you to worship another deity, another God. If you don't believe me, you can always, if you don't believe me, you can take a look at North Korea. This is exactly what happened. As a secular claim to be country, as a socialist country, where the name of God is basically removed from the public square, from the public space, yet the same people, yet the same country worship only and only their president. This is exactly what happened when you fail to acknowledge the true God, the triune God, Jesus Christ. When you fail to acknowledge the Christian God, you will eventually worship a secular deity, a secular God, another God. So by principle, the idea of a secular state is not feasible. Now, it is the same way for socialism. This is the same way. Socialism is also illusion, because as you know already, holding everybody equal by giving them the same incentives, that doesn't work. How in the world can you take a mediocre person with an excellent person and you give them the same incentives? It's not going to work, obviously. So the idea of socialism itself is also an illusion, just like secularism, as I explained to you, is an illusion, guys. There's no such a thing as a secular state. The state will always prioritize some kind of religion. But what we see here, going back to the Freedom from Religion group, which is an atheist group, they claim to be neutral in matters of religion, yet they prioritize another religion, which is the secularism. In some ways, like I said, when you fail to acknowledge the true God, the triune God, it will lead you to acknowledge another God. Either you worship your own abstract ideas, like secularism, Like postmodernism, we have already treated that concept in great details in the previous episodes. We're not going to talk today about postmodernism. For you that follow this podcast, you know very well what does that mean. But again, this group called Freedom from Religion, that claims to be a neutral group, a group that fosters, if you will, secularism in the society, a group that tries so hard to remove the name of God from the public space, to remove the name of God from school, to remove the name of God from the police departments, to remove the name of God from the city commissions. This same group, ladies and gentlemen, is pushing another agenda, which is their own ideology. Their own ideology that claims a woman is whoever she thinks she is, or whoever she says she is, against all the facts of biology. The matter is, everybody now sees the reality. So behind this group that claims there is no God, they worship their own God, which is their own ideology, their own abstract ideas, their own false God, their own secular God. Because, again, when you fail to acknowledge the one true God, you will certainly acknowledge your own God. And this is the case for this group called Freedom from Religion. Ladies and gentlemen, so we have covered briefly what happened during this week, and I hope that was a blessing for you in some ways. Expecting to see you in the next episode. I want to invite you right now to join us in the newsletter. We have a newsletter. Right now, guys, let me invite you right now to join my newsletters for valuable lessons, for updates, and for special offers. And speaking of special offers, guys, I'm writing a book right now. I'm working on a book right now that's supposed to be published this year, somewhere this year. So now you don't want to miss that. What you want to do now is to join these newsletters to be regularly updated on what's going on, especially about the release of this book. I promise you, you're going to have something new in your inbox. Every single time that we send you an email, you're going to receive something new in your inbox. So join our newsletter today, right now. The link is below in the description. Thank you for being here. Again, it's your friend Amle Isma. This is a briefing, an analysis of current events from a Christian worldview. We love you all. Bye.